Okay guys, so as a change from motorbikes, this time I'm going to just stick up a little video regarding changing out the brake discs and brake pads of my 2012 Renault Megane Mk3. They're long overdue, and as you can see, here they are. They're grim, aren't they? So, you know, a typical job like this from a guy someone who fixes cars, or not even a main dealership. I'm just talking about someone there who would do car repairs, etc., and car service and maintenance. Typical job like this to change out the four discs and fit new pads would be around about 700 British pounds or more, actually. I was talking, I think my son actually paid £730 to have his done, and I just didn't have the time to do it. But you know, busy with motorbikes actually. But no, I'm not going to pay that for mine. So look, I'm just going to do this myself, and obviously I'm not going to sort of get into all this business about you know, jacking up the car and taking the wheel off, etc. That's all fairly basic stuff. But you know, obviously you pick a good point to jack the car up here, and you stick an axle stand underneath the jacking point on the car, and remove the wheel and put the wheel underneath the car anyway, just for safekeeping. But look, I'll just keep the jack in anyway, and get on with it. The other thing I want to do is take off find the brake fluid reservoir, which is here on this car, and take off the filler cap and just put it somewhere safely, because you've been pushing the pads back. Okay guys, so here are the discs and the pads, and I'm using products from this company, Allied Nippon .co.uk or EU actually, and you know, they're specific for this car obviously, and I'll stick up a link to their website. Here's the rear disc here. You know, you get everything in it. Obviously this is a cover for the, you know, the rear disc comes with its own integral wheel bearing, and this is the magnetic pickup sensor for the ABS. There you go. You'll also see that you get a new cap and a new nut as well. And the other thing about it is, if you look closely here, these are already coated. And looking at the let me see, just a few bits and pieces of information. Here's something here, look, it's saying here you don't need to you know, clean them with brake fluid or brake cleaner, etc., like you normally would do with just bare metal ones. These have already been coated, so you know, it seemed like a pretty good product, and you know, but I'll just get stuck into these here and get on with it. Okay guys. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is remove this big cap here to get at the nut, which is directly in behind it. And you know, I've got this old screwdriver here where it goes right up through the handle that I can, and I have dressed it so that it's pretty sharp at the end to let me get in there and get that removed. You know, we're not too worried about this because we get a new replacement one like I showed you. right, so there's it there. So we can get at that big nut there. And I think the first thing we'll do is slacken that nut. Now those nuts are on from factory and they're pretty tight, like I think 220 Newton meters actually. So let's loosen that. A 30mm socket for that nut there. Let's see if we can loosen this here. This is going a bit tight. That's the other thing I meant to say, that you know, I have blocks etc at the wheels so that it you know, doesn't roll forward. And I've still got the handbrake on, but I'm going to loosen it in a wee second as soon as I see I can loosen this here. Oh, that's tight. That is tight, as you can see. There you go. All right. Right, so I'll just loosen the handbrake now. Okay, so to get the caliper off this here off, you need to, you know, to loosen these two screws here. And sorry, it's a wee bit windy there. Yeah, you need a 13mm spanner for there, and a 15mm spanner for there. 15mm there. Now, you know, I mean, you could use a socket, but the trouble with a socket is, you know, this brake pipe doesn't give you access. And of course, you could use you know, a ratchet spanner, which is what I'm going to use. But initially, to, you know, so that you don't put undue stress on the gearing of that ratchet spanner, I'm just going to use just a normal spanner, and you know, to loosen that there, you know, first, and the same with the bottom one, and then you can obviously you know, loosen it quicker with the ratchet one. So we're just loosening that there up, you know, take those two, where are we? 13. All right, on the bottom one, you clean all this here, you know, debris off this here with, you know, with a wire brush after it's done, you know. Years of corrosion. There's the wee screws there. Okay, just put that in there like that, where it won't get lost. I don't want to get my hands in the way so that you can't see it, you know, but anyway. Right, let's see, can I get that there off? Okay, so we just wiggle this here off. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Now we need to wind this, as I say, we need to wind this here, this back, you know, right back, and clean all that there up. Okay, I need to get like a wee something. That's okay, that'll sit there. I'll take these pads out. Grief, they're bad, aren't they? They're terrible, my goodness. How was I driving this car like this? Isn't it funny how people who work at these things here, the cars are always the stuff are always the worst in the road. But look at that there, that's grim. That is grim there, look at that, that's crazy. That's crazy bad. Look at that. Look at that there. All right. And then we need to get this bracket here off. And it's two big Torx screws on the back of it. Let's do that next. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is loosen, there's two big screws here, this one and there's one at the bottom there, and they're a T60 Torx bit, T60. Okay, so let's loosen those next two. Okay, so these are fairly tight brutes here, and you've got to use a breaker bar on them, you know, to get them loosened. That's it. Right, now I can use the ratchet. Now that that's loosened, I hope. That's it. That's it. We're getting on well. There you go. Of course, all that there needs cleaned up. Now we can finally get this this disc off. There we go. Right, let's see. That's it. Good grief. Let's get a look at that now. I think what I'll do is, before I go much further, is I will I'll see about winding that there back and then clean all that there up. Okay. Okay, so to do that you need one of these wee you know, one of these wee wind back tools here. Used to be years ago you could have just pushed the pads back. Some of them still allow you to do that, but you know, that's one of those wee tools that has these wee kind of pins on that, you know, that you've got to kind of, you know, engage with the like of that, and that allows you to, you know, wind it back. Okay, so we'll just do that now. Tight enough to wind these here back, so I put a wee bar on here, you know, but there, just adjust that there so it's seated fully home. That's about it. That's it. Okay, so now I can take that out. You know, see the way that's fully back now. You know, there's four positions on that there, but this particular one, you know, you can have, depends on the way it fits, them two pins, or you can move it around if the things are you know, further apart than that, you know, so you got the option. But anyway, that's it fully back. Just clean all that there up with a wire brush, and let's go. Okay, so I'm just gonna, before I clean all that there up, I'm just gonna take these two pins out. You know, it's just a matter of easing that up over that there. Look, and then you can take that one there out, and that one there out. See that? And then I'll plug those two holes with you know, a bit of paper towel, and then clean all this here up, and clean all that there up too. You need to be careful with that there, you know, because that's the ABS sensor there, you know, but you've got to, you know, you want to get all that there nice and clean, and you don't want to sort of damage that, you know. And clean up all in there as well, you know. Of course, you don't want to damage the dust seals or anything like that. But anyway, That's what I'll be doing. I'll be cleaning all that there up. Alright guys. Okay, so here's all the parts cleaned up and you know, ready for install. You know, I mean, that's a new disc, new pads, etc., compared to what I've just taken off, which is crazy, isn't it? Look at that. That's rough. That's rough. You know, with those pads compared to those. And then the back. Compared to that. And of course that there's all cleaned up as well, as you can see. Right, so let's just install this here. Get it on. I'll just put a wee bit of just a wee bit of grease around there. Okay. And we'll just slide the disc on. Okay, so there you go. That's the magnetic sensor that or pickup there off that sensor. So that just goes on there like that. Okay. That's that. And then the new nut, you put a wee bit of just a wee bit of grease around it and tighten it up. Now, of course, it has to be tightened up to 220 Newton meters, but we'll not be doing that just yet. There you are. Right. Okay, so now we just put a wee bit of grease on that there. And a bit down there too. And there. Right, and same with this one. Right. Okay, and then they just will go in there like that. And that. Alright. And now I will want to put these here in. Alright. Same with that. Okay. And we'll be putting a wee bit of copper grease on there and there as well. And we get that screwed on. Okay. I like to put a wee bit of grease on everything. So just sort of nip these up first, and then we'll torque them up to their required torque, which I think is 80 Newton meters. So look at that. Okay, so now we're going to torque those bolts to 6 or 80 Newton meters. Okay. That's it. They're tight, aren't they? The bottom one now too. All right. Okay. Okay, so now we just put a wee bit of copper grease along here and there. Right. And then that, maybe put a wee bit there as well. Okay. And then that there just goes on there like that and like that. And that's that. Do the same in the other one. Right. That's all you do. Okay. So that's that. And then the next thing is, maybe put a wee tiny bit there. Right, and the next thing you do is that there just goes on there like that. Okay, so now we can torque this middle bolt here to 220 Newton meters. Oh my goodness, that's tight. All right, just get the wee cap on and that's us. All right, so I'll just put a wee, just a wee bit of grease around that, you know, there and there. All right, so just this wee cap to go on. I'll just put a wee bit of grease around that. Just, you know, it just helps to seal it. You know, that if against any, you know, water ingress or anything. You know. I think that's it. Okay, just give that a wipe. Nearly ashamed to get it dirty, isn't it? There it is, anyway. All right, guys, so there it is. That's one done. Just a matter of doing the other side on the rear, and that's them done. And of course, don't forget to you know, put the reservoir cap on and pump the brakes a number of times just to bring the pads back out again to the disc. You know, really a shame to get it dirty, isn't it? And then of course got to do the fronts, but the fronts will be another video. So look, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll leave it there, wrap it up there. See you later. Bye.